as Bhagwan wishes so. Bhagwan is always the well-wisher of his devotees. With the proper understanding of Vivek, one has to condition his mind with this thought. So this paragraph is basically saying that if you want to receive firm resort in Bhagwan, you must recognize the whole world as Bhagwan's playground, and whatever happens to us happens with the wish of Bhagwan, and we must understand this with Vivek.
See, the concept is, Mahaprabhuji explains this in Vivek-Dhairya-Ashray Granth. Mahaprabhuji says that if we develop Vivek and Dhairya in us, only then we can have the strong ashray in Bhagavan. Therefore, Mahaprabhuji explains the meaning of Vivek and says that Hari Sarvam Nije Chhatah Karishyati iti Vivekah. It means that Bhagavan will do everything with his own wish, and whatever is happening in our life is happening with the wish of Bhagavan only. This feeling is known as Vivek. Now, why must we accept everything as the wish of Bhagavan? So Mahaprabhuji explains that as Bhagavan is the creator of the universe, he understands the past, present and future of each and every person, and all the devotees are like children of Bhagavan, and therefore Bhagavan would never like to harm them. Means he would never wish that any of his devotee gets sad or faces any problem in his life. So Mahaprabhuji says that we must trust Bhagavan, and even if we are in any bad situation or if we are facing any problem, even then we must accept everything as the wish of Bhagavan, because at the end each and everything has to be in our benefit only. Otherwise Bhagavan would never let his devotee face any problem in his life. So Mahaprabhuji says that even if we are happy, even if we have some bad situations, we must accept all the situations considering them as the wish of Bhagavan, and must trust Bhagavan that he would never let us face any problem, and even if we are having any problem right now, it is happening with the wish of Bhagavan only, and at the end it has to be in our benefit only. This trust or this acceptance of each and every situation as the wish of Bhagavan is known as Vivek.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Patience. Various kinds of hardships keep coming in the life of a human being. If he takes the burden of such hardships upon his mind, he will not be in position to live happily in his worldly as well as divine life. Hence, in his treatise Vivek-Dhairya-Ashray, Sri Vallabhacharya says that the devotee should think that when everything happens according to the wish of Bhagwan, the hardship also come by his sole wish. Now, there remains no reason for a true devotee to oppose Bhagwan's wish. Therefore, Sri Vallabhacharya says, until devotee's refuge strengthens, he should oppose those adversities which he can easily face. But hardships cannot be opposed easily, should be taken as must. Thinking that this is sure to happen, devotees should accept them as Bhagwan's wish. When one gets disturbed in no situation, he is said to have patience in accordance with Sri Vallabhacharya. So this paragraph explains that for a person to be truly happy in life and his divine life, he needs to go into the refuge of Bhagwan, and after going into his refuge, he must understand that whatever happens because of Thakurji's wish, and a person should be happy in life no matter what situation comes upon him, and he should accept all the hardships that he faces by thinking it
You have muted your phone. Are you done with the explanation?
Yeah.
Okay. See, now the next step is of patience. In Vivekadairashraya, Mahaprabhuji is explaining this as Tridukka Sahanam Dhairyam. It means that we need to accept all the type of bad situations in our life. Now, why must we accept them? So, Mahaprabhuji says that if we get disturbed with all such situations, and if we just go on continuously thinking that this is happening, then Mahaprabhuji says that we will remain sad and we won't be able to concentrate upon Bhagavan and not even in our daily life. So the situations which are not in our control, the problems which want to be solved with our own efforts, means we must surely try to solve them with our efforts. We must make efforts to solve such problems, but at some juncture if we find that we are not able to solve this problem and it has to remain like that only, then Mahaprabhuji says that we must accept that situation and we must accept it as the wish of Bhagavan and must think that all these days would pass soon. Means Bhagavan will solve all these problems, and if it is happening or if these type of circumstances have been created, then there has to be some good at the end of all these situations. There Mahaprabhuji gives the example of Padmanabh Das ji. Exactly not Mahaprabhuji but the commentators, that Padmanabh Das ji was the sevak of Sri Mahaprabhuji and he was very poor. He didn't had even any food to offer to Thakurji and he just used to offer beans because he was very poor. He didn't had anything. Now this is the problem which he was facing in his life, that poverty. But he never felt disturbed because of those situations, because he accepted it as the wish of Bhagavan, and whatever he had, he used to serve Thakurji with whatever was to the best of his capacity. So whatever was available, he used to serve Bhagavan and he never felt sad with that situation. So this is the acceptance, because if we are not able to make any effort to solve the problem, if we feel that these situations are not in our control, then why must we go on thinking about all those situations, and why must not we accept it as the wish of Bhagavan? So Mahaprabhuji says that we must not get disturbed because of these things, because if we get disturbed, we won't be able to concentrate upon Bhagavan only. So we must accept it, we must feel that at the end it will be it is our fate, and at the end there has to be some good result of all these situations and must accept it. This is known as the concept of dhairya. Any question?
Bhagwan never does any harm to his devotees. Attracted by a burning lamp, a small child may go to catch it. If the lamp is extinguished for the good of the child, it will surely be unhappy. It will be dissatisfied with the extinguisher of the lamp. But all this takes place because of its ignorance. The child does not know what is good and what is bad for it. In the same way, beings are ignorant. They become unhappy by various small and big hardships in their life. And so they begin to complain to Bhagwan. But as the child grows up and understands that if the lamp had not been put off at that time, he would have been burnt. Similarly, a devotee should understand that whatever hardship upsets him is due to his own ignorance. Quite bitter, but it saves life, and so everybody takes it in use. Similarly, the hardships that befall the devotees are not really painful. Like medicine, they have the capacity to remove forthcoming big hardships. By holding such sentiments, devotees should keep patience. So this paragraph is explaining that Bhagwan never does any harm to his devotees that has taken refuge in him, but people feel upset at the hardships they are facing, but it is because of their ignorance. So the hardships that a devotee needs to face is eventually going to turn out for his own good in the future.
Mahaprabhuji explains there that but we don't know our future, we don't know our past, and we therefore as the result of which condition or which reason these situations have been created in our life, we cannot understand that. So Mahaprabhuji says that if we lose patience, it won't be in our good, because if we don't keep patience and we get restless, then we our own self will be harmed with that, because the situation is not going to change. So Mahaprabhuji says that keep patience. Second reason Mahaprabhuji gives us that Bhagavan knows our future, Bhagavan understands our past. So because as a result of which condition or which bad karma of ours this situation is being created, we cannot understand that, but Bhagavan is aware of that. As we find in the Varta that there were some devotees who had performed some evil deeds in their former life, and as the result of that they had to face some years, some long years in the hell. But Bhagavan made him see all those bad conditions in his dream only, and nullified the evil deed he had done. So Bhagavan always likes to support the devotees, and he never wants them to face any problem. So if we are having some bad time in our life, we must always think that Bhagavan is protecting us from some longer bad situations in future, and therefore he is making us face some small problems, and it is to nullify the evil deeds we had done in our former life. So Mahaprabhuji says that Bhagavan understands the past, present and future, and we are unaware about it, and therefore we get restless in such situations. But we must keep patience, thinking that Bhagavan is doing this for protecting us only. This is known as dhairya, the feeling of dhairya.
If Bhagavan is rewarded by adopting the above mentioned means, no one can achieve firm resort by the grace of Bhagavan. Describing greatness of resort in his treatise, Bhagvadashray, Sri Vallabhacharya says, in the age of Kali, when the path of action, knowledge and devotion for attaining Bhagavan had become difficult for achieving its goal, Bhagavan's resort, which is always beneficial for all meanless beings, has been narrated. So here it is basically saying that when a being feels that everything happens with the wish of Bhagavan, he can create a firm resort in Bhagavan by his grace. And in the age of Kali Yuga, where the path of action, knowledge and devotion are hard to follow into attaining Bhagavan, the resort in Bhagavan is always going to be beneficial.
There Mahaprabhuji explains that we are living in Kali Yuga, and in Kali Yuga all the methods which are preached in Veda and scriptures of Karma Marga, Gyan Marga and Bhakti Marga for attaining salvation are not anymore beneficial to us, and they cannot provide us any result. They cannot make us have any good result at the end of performing these duties. So Mahaprabhuji says that the only option which has remained with us is to accept Bhagavan as our resort, and therefore Vivek and Dhairya, the practice of Vivek and Dhairya can strengthen our ashray towards Bhagavan, and therefore we must trust Bhagavan. Actually, the Vivek and Dhairya, both these concepts make our trust strong towards Bhagavan. Means if we are having vivek, if we are having patience and dhairya, it means that we have trust on Bhagavan. We are accepting everything as the wish of Bhagavan, and we are accepting the superiority of Bhagavan and his feeling towards us, that we are like his children only. So these are the concepts which Mahaprabhu has explained us for
Hello?
oh, sorry. My phone was mute. Sorry. Let me explain again. In this last chapter topic, Sri Mahaprabhuji explains that Bhagavan is the only resort of each and every devotee, and we are living in the age where all the methods for attaining salvation are no more beneficial to us, and whatever we have achieved the best one. Means all the other people are accepting other deities as their resort and trying to attain salvation from them, but we have attained Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who is the superior most one. And therefore, if we have accepted Bhagavan as our only resort, then why must not we accept his wish? So when we are having the feeling of vivek and when we are having the feeling of dhairya, it shows that we have trust upon Bhagavan, we are accepting everything as his wish, and we have complete trust on each and every decision of him. So this is the concept of vivek and dhairya, by which we can strengthen our ashray towards Bhagavan. Any question? Fine, so let us conclude here today. We have completed the chapter, and I would like to continue the subject from the next week after Janmashtami. So we will continue the topic of Anyashray Tyag on Monday.
Raja, I have a question.
Yes.
Do we need to do anything to change our existing conditions or situation, or we should believe it's Thakurji's wish and not do anything?
Mahaprabhuji says that we must try to solve the problem to the best of our capacity and must surely make some effort in that direction. But if we are not able to concentrate upon Bhagavan or Seva or Nam Sankirtan because of those efforts, and in spite of doing all the efforts, if we find that we are not able to solve the situation, we are not able to make the situation fine, then we must leave the restlessness, we must leave the feeling of making efforts, and must leave everything on Bhagavan. Mahaprabhuji is denying to make excessive efforts in which we start getting restless even in the activities which are related to Bhagavan. We must not make any such effort at this excessive standard, but normal efforts we can try to solve those situations.
Sanjay.
As we find in the story of Prahladji, he accepted it as a wish of Bhagavan. When his father used to harm him, when his father was torturing him, he never complained because he felt that he didn't have any other option. What would he do of this situation? He was his father, he had to live with him. He was just a small child at that time. And what effort could be possible, or what effort could have he made to solve his situation? It was not in his control. So he was not restless. He accepted it as a wish of Bhagavan, and just went on reciting the name of Bhagwan. This is dhairya. Fine. So let us conclude here today. We will continue after Janmashtami from the next week.
Dhanvat pranam.